welcome back to the Homesteaders channel. It's been a while since I made a garden video. I am sitting in my front porch on Sunday morning. It is July 24th, and I just thought to pop in really quick and just show you what's going on in the month of July, or what has been going on since the last time I made a garden video. Not much, as I'm, like I said, learning every day about how to garden in Central Florida. I will show you in a minute what's going crazy in the garden, which is literally out of control. But I have been planning out, or trying to, little by little, on what I'm going to grow each month, as I can finally have the opportunity to grow a lot of food this fall. So I'm excited about that. Today I'm going to be planting sunflowers, as I did last night, just because they are getting to the point where they're getting a little big, at least 3 weeks old, which is like the max. So I'm going to be planting these today, which is one of the things that I've been growing in soil blocks, is sunflowers. So for the month of July, I have started back on planting things. So I have my book here. It's like a calendar, just a calendar, big calendar, where you can just like write things in it. I'm using this just to put what I'm going to be starting each month. This book here is just more in detail when it comes to the amount of things and the time that I planted them. So for the month of July, I was focusing on planting pumpkins and sunflowers. I do want to do zinnias today, so I want to add that, but just pumpkins really. And I have some that I've started that are pretty big. Now I want to revamp my garden. I have the grow bags in the garden now, but I want to slowly incorporate the raised beds. So I guess for now, while I have this space, which this garden's already done, I can just pop in things that I'm planting in the containers, and then just slowly put them somewhere in the big garden when we get a fence up and things. I'm not really just trying to be super like stickler with it. I have a lot of space, 4 acres. I can just plant things anywhere at this point. If anything, I just need like a border around, because I know there's a raccoon here which killed one of our chickens the other day, so I need to be mindful about the critters around here. But I'm not really, too strict on where everything is going for now. I'm just gonna plant and just put them somewhere. For July, I did plant sunflowers. So I planted sunflowers July 10th, and I planted a bunch of herbs, the herbs are under grow lights right now. They're really small. July 10th as well. So I planted rosemary, oregano, cilantro, parsley, dill, thyme, yarrow, and chamomile. I planted all that July 10th. And then when it comes to these sunflowers here, I planted, there's teddy bear, evening sun, and autumn beauty. These are mammoth, the big ones. And then Jumaya hybrid, which were right here, which I really planted out in the ground yesterday. So when it comes to the pumpkins that I started actually also a cucumber. So I started 2 cucumber muncher, which they're doing really well. They were looking yellow a little bit, so I just gave them liquid nitrogen, fish emulsion, and they popped right back up. So I have 2 of these. And then looking at what grows good here in my zone, Black Beauty zucchini grows well. So I got those 2 from Southern Exchange, my first time using them. So I'm excited to try something new when it comes to a seed company. But they're doing well. These are the 2 Black Beauty zucchinis. And then I also bought from them Seminole pumpkin, which out of the 2, only 1 germinated, which is right here. So I have 1 Seminole pumpkin. So I'm going to plant these out today, as they're pretty good size. They have all their true leaves. So I'll probably do another Seminole pumpkin. And I have more pumpkins that I planted. So here I have the big ones in the middle. I have jack-o'-lantern pumpkin and small sugar pumpkin. So I planted those, and then autumn beauty teddy bear and evening sun sunflowers. I have some more sour chicken cilantro. So I planted these as well. I forgot to mention that I actually planted those pumpkins and zucchini in June. So June 13th, I planted the black beauty zucchini, the Seminole pumpkin, and the Mexican sour gherkins. I planted those June 14th. So that's what I have been planting for the month of pretty much June and July. And then I'll make another video of what I'm going to be planting in August and show you there. I think the majority of the planting that's going to happen is in September, when I start a lot of the greens and brassicas. So let's go ahead and show you what's going on the green stalks and then the garden. This corner here, I have all my moringa trees. So they're growing pretty well here. I have a pineapple. Nothing really is going on. A lot of these strawberries actually have kind of died because we haven't really been taking care of them, but we'll refresh this soon. Nothing really going on here. Some cilantro, collards, oregano, some dying strawberries. In this corner here, I have a bunch of willow trees that my husband has been planting for a while, so I'm excited to plant some of these out on the property. So zinnias, and zinnias. I pruned my roses and I fertilized them, so they're just hanging out. This is just all full of flowers. The butterflies love this green stalk as there's so many zinnias. They're so pretty. We've been cutting a lot of them for little mini bouquets for the house. It's wonderful. I have some kale hanging out. I just like how it looks, so I'm just keeping it there. Marigolds. This is more of a herb section that I'm trying to work on. Flowering basil, just for the bees and for the insects. I have some oregano, flowering basil. I don't like this basil, so I'm just letting it flower. I realize it's just, I like the big mammoth type of basil. My lavender, rosemary, more flowering basil. It looks like it's going to seed. And that's pretty much it for the green stalks. The chickens are really close to us today, but we're gonna be moving them out this way. I don't know if you can tell, but there's two spots. This spot and this spot, which is darker than the other surrounding areas. Why? Because the chickens were there. So they are powerful, and I can't wait to move them around the area so they can make my ground better. Morning, girls. There's Subi, Yeti. All right. So when I say crazy, I meant grass crazy. I mean, with the amount of landscape and wood chips, this grass is still crazy. I really do think it's because when we had wood chips over there, which is completely gone, I think the wood chips had a lot of the grass seed in it. So I think that's why everything is growing to the point where it's taking over. This is my grapes. Looking okay, hanging out. I started cowpeas. When I did plant them, I just moved them to one section and they're just growing like wild. I originally wanted to practice on cover cropping, this is a cover crop, which helps bring nitrogen into the soil. This is bare, which I'm going to be planting the pumpkins in here. But these are cowpeas, looking great and just thriving. The peppers are just hanging out. I'll be taking these out, starting fresh. Peppers and tomatoes, actually. So I'll have a few, not too much. Some more zinnias And then I added some sweet potato. They're like 25 to 20 gallons, so I'm just putting 2 in each just for experiment. Some people say it's late, some people say it's not late to plant them here, but I know that they need at least 100 to 120 days. So I don't know, we'll just figure it out and see what works. Pollinator, raised bed. When I say I want to add raised beds, I mean these types of raised bed or the galvanized. These are cheaper, so I'll probably do a lot of these, but I like it. Amaranth is wild here. And some zinnias, some cosmos and marigolds. And I did some self-watering system, which I'll show you how I did that in a video. More cowpeas that were over here, and I moved them here. So this is just helping my soil and covering it. One day when we start doing the 1/4 of an acre garden and having the rows, I'm gonna just, for the summer, for June, July, definitely cover it with cowpeas and sweet potatoes. That's the goal. For now, I'm just kind of practicing and growing cover crops. So this is how it's looking so far. It looks great. And then we have a watermelon. We had our first watermelon. We ate it the other day, which was delicious. And we still have some growing here. There we go. We have to turn it there. We have one here and one here. So it's definitely coming from one of these. I know that one's dead. This one's still growing. That one's still growing. And I think that one is done. This one had the first watermelon that we grew. All this have died. Some more zinnias. This squash plant, small, but just kind of hanging out in there. This squash plant has really taken off, and it's kind of covering these black beans here, giving them some shade. There's black beans right here. It's big, but we're not getting zucchini. Why? They just keep dying. They'll grow like this big, and then they'll just mold and just go bad. I don't know if that's because of the sun or the bugs. I'm not sure, but they just rot. I don't get a chance to get them in a good size. So, I mean, there's one right there. They're still popping up, but I'm not sure. I don't know what type of zucchini this is. I mean, I just planted this not knowing if it did well in Florida. But like I said, I have the Black Beauty zucchini, so I'll be placing that in this garden. Flowers here, calendula that's dead, and some marigolds. So beautiful. Some more beans. I took out that bok choy and I gave it to the chickens. A sunflower and the sour gherkins have grown up this trellis. We got a couple of them here and there. They're still producing. A tree. Whoa. And this raspberry, I don't know why, it's just growing straight. So I'm not sure what's going on with this. But that's a raspberry bush, supposedly. Blueberries hanging out. More zinnias, which I have pinched. And pinching is cutting them, as you see here. I cut it in the middle, and then it just starts branching out. So we're getting beautiful blooms now. They're just so pretty. This has potatoes in it that has not grown, so I'm probably just gonna scratch that. Some more zinnias, cosmos, and these are onions in the middle. I don't think they're gonna do anything, but we'll see. More zinnias, which are not hating. They just look so pretty. We have this shade cloth my husband just kind of rigged together. It's nothing permanent, we're just trying it out. Here they're underneath the peppers, which are growing. All right, got a few in here. They're supposed to be red, I'm sure, but you know. Got some peppers, marigold, and these are obviously marigolds everywhere. So this is pretty much a waste of space. All these tomatoes are not producing, and if they are, they're small, and I'll get these small ones. Other than that, if they're big, they're being eaten by the bugs. and I'll just feed them to the chickens. I just haven't had the time to really tackle this, and we are soon, hopefully, being in the process building our compost station over there, because I want to compost all of these. It's not an option, like I need to compost them, and I just need to take out everything and start fresh. Obviously I grew them in the wrong time, just whatever varieties, but I'm in the process of buying ones that surely hopefully work well here, as I'm getting advice about what type of tomatoes. I have some places where I want to buy them, and I'm in the process of getting them. So for now, these are just hanging out, wasting space, and have been just growing rapidly. I think these are indeterminate. I think I'm just going to focus on determinate tomatoes, and obviously, like, yeah, look at that. Look at those bugs. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of my gardening friends know between the two, but determinate tomatoes have a stopping point where they produce as much as they can at once, and then that's it. Indeterminate are supposed to be producing throughout the whole growing season and just keep growing. So I'm going to just focus on determinate, just because I want all of my tomatoes all at once for processing them. Maybe I'll have one indeterminate, maybe. This is my little herb section here that I'm getting a lot of basil from. I have definitely saved so much basil. I'll probably be good for a good amount of time, but I'm glad for that. This is the whole point. I just keep cutting. They keep producing. It's great. My sage is doing well too. I've been drying this as well in the house. And my thyme is also doing well. It's giving it some shade from the others. I have parsley I've been drying too and saving, and more thyme over here and here. I'm also saving some oregano and dill. So it's been producing a good amount. Little mini herb garden here, super cute. I love the smell. It smells so good. Beans, not thriving too bad, but just still growing. And then more beans up here. So my goal really for probably the next month is to put all landscape on top of here, just because this is going to be strictly a raised bed garden. That's what's going on in the garden in July. I'm going to show you our bananas. Now I came here the other day and I got stung real bad by a wasp. I'm kind of like scared to go through here. There's some bananas here. They're thriving, making new leaves. As you see right there, it's awesome. We definitely want to grow more perennial type of plants around here, just to make its own little microclimate. You have the lemon tree and the apple tree, and then this is our biggest banana. So it's doing well. We water it with our tank, which my husband set up with the solar panel. We'll definitely do a video how he did that. We're gonna do more overhead. I do have drip, which I need to do, but overhead is working so far. Today is gonna be this project, doing more sunflowers, planting the ones that I just showed you. But we have a bunch of zinnias and sunflowers. This is like kind of my flower farm practice. Little practice garden for flowers. Just going the, as you might know, easy flowers. Cosmos, zinnias, sunflowers. Literally the staple if you're just starting off with flowers. And I'm a testament that yes, it is easy to grow them. So sunflowers are hanging out. I've been pinching all these so they're branching. They're just looking so beautiful. I haven't grown bigger than this, so I'm excited to start, just getting better at to a point where I can grow them really big. It's just a work in progress. These are my new babies here, sunflowers. I have Sunflower Steve sunflowers in here. If you don't know who Sunflower Steve is, he's a sunflower farmer who breeds sunflowers, these beautiful colors that no one really has. So they're in here. I'm just gonna keep going down because I have still more to plant. So I'm doing them like 18 inches apart, and I'm gonna be watering them with this overhead. So that's the garden so far, and my flower beds. So I'm excited to keep growing flowers and ready to get this garden in top shape. Nervous about a lot of things, like the ants and the voles that we have, but I mean, just gonna take them as they come. I have a lot of preserving videos and recipes that I'll be sharing as well along the way. I hope I give one of you out there some inspiration, some ideas, gardening, cooking, whatever I can. I feel like it's a wonderful platform just to share and inspire others to do the same. I was really down on myself in the beginning just because it was just, a learning process, but I always have you guys to grow along with me as we learn together. Thank you for seeing my video if you have made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay well, friends.